Anthony Edwards today for Georgia, just kind of how he took over, and what was kind of y'all's, I guess, thoughts going in, and how you would hope to defend the guy today?
I don't study it a lot relative to is he the first pick or the second pick. I've heard all of those things, but based on his performance today, I just thought he was incredible. Studied obviously his game and his numbers, but I thought his impact on winning may have been as good as it's been all year, particularly his job on the glass. His physicality, not just when he had the ball, but also when he was chasing after the ball. Defensively, I thought he was engaged, ball pressure-wise. I thought he did a lot of things that impact winning. I thought he was dominant in every specific category.
Buzz, I don't remember the timeline of when Severe Wheeler got released. Did you have a chance to try to keep him at Texas A&M?
No, I met his dad whenever I was hired on. I was hired 303 days ago, so that had been on April the 4th. So I'm not sure when the contact period began, but like it was basically when the Final Four weekend was beginning, and I think it's dead during that time. So I'm not exactly sure when I met Xavier and his dad, but it was the first day of the contact period. Went and saw all of the kids that had signed at Texas A&M, except for number 24 from Missouri. Number 24 at Missouri had signed at Texas A&M, but had already asked for his release when there was not a coach. His dad is an unbelievable guy. Has great impact in Houston, really good with working with kids. Xavier's a great kid. But I think they were needing and wanting, rightfully so, to make a decision, and I just got there, and the roster was, at that time, I think there were 5 returning players. And so just over paranoid head coach, wanting to have a better understanding of like who's on the team and what do we need and where is the current team at academically and who's staying and who's leaving. So I'm probably ultra slow when it comes to people, whether that's coaches or players. And I think my timeline was probably a little different than theirs, but no animosity whatsoever in any sort of way. They still live in College Station. Great family.
Coach, I had a good chance to ask you before the game. I know you worked with Tom Crean
Yeah.
before. Just curious about that relationship and just kind of your views of him as a coach and what he's doing here.
Sure. I could talk about that for a long time. Number one, his decision to hire me completely changed my children's life. Because that opportunity led to my chance at being the head coach. And so I was not deserving of the head coaching job at Marquette. I had a losing record and resigned as the head coach at New Orleans the year after Hurricane Katrina. Had no relationships, understanding whatsoever in the Midwest. Had never been there. Knew nothing about the Big East or that region of the country where you would recruit. So forever grateful that he even gave me a chance. Not because I thought that it would turn into the head coaching job at Marquette. I mean, I was just thankful to have a job. And didn't know Coach to the level that you would anticipate in order for him to make a decision to hire me, which I think takes a lot of guts in this era of college athletics to hire someone that you kind of know. As a coach, I think he's an offensive savant. Coach's brain is very fast twitch, and the more time you spend around him, you realize that you're talking right now and Coach is 10 miles down the road. And so I think that's sometimes maybe why people say that he talks too much. He doesn't talk too much. It's that he's aware that he's 10 miles up the road. And so he's very humble in his intellect. And so he kind of over talks to bring himself back to where you are, if that makes sense. really good at player development, cares about kids, cares about their life, cares about their family, does a very, very good job of building relationships built on trust. And you probably shouldn't say this anymore, but I've tried to be more cognizant of it with all that's transpired over the last couple of years in college athletics. He 1000% does it the right way. He's not cheating. He's not going to approach the line of cheating. And so their arrival here, and while they're here, they're going to do right. And I think that's important. So he's been a head coach 20 years. This is his 20th year. I think today would have been his 379th win. He's been to a Final Four with 2003 with Dwayne and those guys. Went to 3 Sweet 16s at Indiana. When he arrived at Indiana, it was not Indiana. His departure, not fair. How he utilized his sabbatical year, gap year, incredible. Would be the #1 analyst on any TV station because of how his brain works. He has an insatiable desire to learn. He's ultra smart. He's read more books in 2019 than any of us combined. He won't tell you that, but he is, he just has a yearning to learn. Is it a new play? Maybe. Is it a new book? Is it a new relationship? His drive is at a very, very high level. That family, Miss Crean, coach, the original coach, the dad, Coach Harbaugh, the sons, very unique family. And I think that only blossoms with coaches yearning for what's Jim doing? What's John doing? What does Coach Harbaugh say? What about this? What about that? And so he's just yin yang, just here he goes. And so, yeah, I'm forever thankful to Coach.
Last question.
Coach, just quickly, when Quentin Jackson fouled out with about 10 minutes left in the game, were you trying to get him out of the game, and how did that impact any game plan down the stretch?
No, sir. I think that's the first time since I've been at A&M, neither half did we get in the bonus, and it's the first time that we had 2 guys foul out. I wasn't trying to take Q out when he had 4. We were just searching for any combination that could try to defend consecutive possessions and finish with a rebound. So at that point, I think he didn't play much. He played 14 minutes and fouled out. So I was past. I set him after 2 in the first half, but yeah, I wasn't concerned about that at that point.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thanks, sir.